In this tutorial, I will show you how to prepare your Illustrator file for printing and export it as a PDF. I've taken a standard from Artios CAD for an 0204 regular slotted container and added a simple graphic logo that I want to print on each of the four faces. My AI file now contains my die line as an embedded ARD file on a layer separate from my artwork. All of my art is on its own layer so that it is self-contained and easily editable. Once you are finished with your artwork and ready to print, you need to add registration marks that will be used by the Kongsberg XL44 and iCut software to align the cuts and creases to the printed board. Create a new layer by clicking on the New Layer button in the Layers palette. Rename the layer by double-clicking on its name and title it Reg Marks to identify it. Select the Circle tool and place a 1/4 inch circle in each corner of your die line. Click where you want to add the reg mark and enter 0.025 for the width and height. Repeat this process for each corner. Place 2 reg marks at the upper left corner to identify that corner as a reference point for orientation later. Once you have completed creating the registration layer, save the file as a PDF. Click File, Save As, and select PDF as the file type. I recommend saving the file with an extension such as _print to identify the file as a print file. After you have saved the file as a PDF, delete any layers that contain your die line so that it is not printed. The only layers that should remain are the reg marks layer and the artwork layer. Save your changes to the file again by going File, Save, and make sure that you do not accidentally overwrite your original AI file. To make your cut file for the Kongsberg, open your original AI file and expand the die line to separate layers by going to Window, ESCO Artwork, Structural Design, Expand Structural Design Layer. This will create a new layer in Illustrator with your die line. Enter Cuts as the layer name and click OK. You will need to move the creases to a separate layer. Select one of your crease lines and go to Select, Same, Stroke Color. All of your creases should now be selected. Make a new layer and change the name to Creases. Cut the selected lines and paste them to the new crease layer by hitting Ctrl F to paste in front. Delete your artwork layer and leave only the reg marks, cuts, and crease layers. To create your cut file, go to File, Save As, and save a copy of your file. Choose AI as the file type. You may want to add cut to the end of your file to identify it. You can now use the PDF print file to print your artwork on the Roland and the AI cut file to register and cut your prototype once it's finished printing.